So my name is Chantel. I run a toddler football business. I run that for just over 6 years now. So we focus on teaching children to play football, learn through play, from 16 months up to the age of 6 years. We've been getting on really well. We've opened up various locations, but I just kind of found that we was getting at a bit of a standstill. So we was kind of just getting comfortable, which was fine, but we wasn't really moving anywhere. So we have just under 400 children now, and I saw one of the ads for the Scale to Freedom Accelerator course, which is where I started with Katie. I attended that. I had a phone call with Katie as well. She's lovely, really friendly. I've had various coaches in the past for different things, mindset, business and fitness. But in terms of business, Katie is the one for us. Obviously, she specialises in children's activity for business owners turning over 6 figures. So she ticked every box for us. It made complete sense for us to sign up to her. So during the 15-minute chat with Katie before signing up, I got on really well with her. I explained the business. She completely understood, which is something that I haven't had from other coaches before. They've always found it really fun and exciting, but then they've given us ideas, but they're not necessarily ideas we can implement because they don't actually have the skill set. Katie does have that. She's been doing this for, I think, just under 20 years now. So I've been working for Katie for the last few months. A lot of what she said on our call, I could completely relate to. It's stuff that I'd thought about and things that I'd wanted to do with the business, just hadn't pushed forward with it. So since working with Katie, we've been able to make loads of changes, get new people on board to help us improve the business, but also improve it a little bit quicker, such as like Facebook ads. It isn't really a speciality of mine, so I stopped doing it, but we've now got someone on doing that. I do a lot of manual work in terms of spreadsheets and chasing parents. We've now got a virtual assistant on board. So it's allowing me to create some of that white space that Katie calls, to put my time and energy into more exciting bits of the business, but also expand it. So the aim is to obviously get the numbers from the just under 400 mark, but to boost them right up. And I just feel with Katie's help and support, that's something that we're going to be able to do. I'm already noticing that the numbers are growing just because I'm doing extra little bits within the business. I kind of feel like I have that extra energy. I've got a bit more of a buzz about the business now. And it isn't just about Katie as well. I'm sure she won't mind me saying, but there's a great group of people within the team. So obviously there's me as a toddler football. There's a lot of other business owners, gymnastics, theatre, dance, other football clubs. So you can catch up with those as well. So you'll get your one-to-one calls with Katie, which are amazing. I always leave feeling absolutely buzzing, albeit a little bit drained because I get so excited on them and I leave with so many things that I want to do and put into place, but that is a positive problem to have. And then you get your group sessions as well with the team, so you can hear any highs and lows that they're going through at the minute. You can help them, they can help you. So it's really good, really positive. If you're looking to make that next change in your business and you want to grow a little bit quicker, a little bit bigger, but you're just not really sure where to do it or how to do it, 100% recommend the course. Kate is lovely. The other people in the course are lovely as well. I'm often reaching out to them as well. Yes, if you need a coach and you've got a children's activity business, Katie, I'd say she's the coach for you. So yeah, good luck, sign up. What are you waiting for?
Hello, my name is Bree Joya Smar, aka Miss Bree, and I'm the founder and director of Daytona Beach Music Academy in Daytona Beach, Florida, United States. Just wanted to hop on and tell about my experience with Katie so far, and it's been amazing. She is a wealth of information, and she's very down to earth, straight and to the point, and will tell you the truth. So one of the first things that made an immediate difference for me was my change in prices. I was planning, I think I started a little bit before May, and I was planning on doing a price increase in September because that's when I usually do what we call my annual calendar. And she was like, why wait? Do it now, especially going into summer, which is when a lot of times we'll have a lot of drops. And fortunately, I am happy to report that it made sense to me. I was encouraged to do, or my assignment was to do market research to see basically, that I'm not charging too low nor too high. And then from there, I decided on a price, and we talked through some different things. I can say that when I went into summer, I did not feel like, oh my gosh. It actually helps me to maintain. There were actually only a few drops, and that was another advice that was given, was like, hey, don't make a big announcement about, hey, what are you going to do for summer? And that made a huge difference. And so, yeah, just those two things alone, raising the prices, doing market research sooner than later, going into the slower season, kept me afloat. And I'm looking forward to more of working with Katie. Thank you.
My name is Amy Schweizer, founder and director of Tiny Troop Soccer. I am so excited to join Katie in the Gold Medal Coaching Program. On our intensive day, Katie was kind enough to allow my director of operations as well as my assistant director to join us. We had 4 hours of one-on-one personalized coaching that was directly for our business. Katie is the first professional that I've come across that is focused on children's activities business. So that is what first drew us to her. After taking her Scale to Freedom Accelerator, I knew that this would be a great fit, and the focus day just completely solidified that. We're excited to work on our marketing programs as well as our affiliate locations. I'm excited to see what Katie has in store and how my business is going to grow. Thank you.
Hi there, my name's Shelley, and I run a theatre school business for children called Stepping Out Stars of Tomorrow, hence the bowler hat and the show pictures in the background. I've had my school for 15 years and absolutely love doing what I do, and I've had several business coaches through that period, but I just felt with Katie that I really connected to her, and she was really lovely on the phone. I felt that she had a wealth of experience which would really help me take my business to the next level. And that's not to say that the coaches that I'd had before weren't great, because they really were, but I really like the fact that Katie's mentorship had lots of different children's activities in it, and I think it's fantastic that I can learn from football coaches or rugby coaches. It's not just about dance and performing arts, and that was something that really struck a chord with me. I've been in the membership for the last couple of months, and I've really enjoyed the time that I have already started to implement some of the amazing things that Katie has suggested. The first being bringing an extra 55,000 into my business, which could be fantastic if that comes off. So yeah, I'm really super happy and really recommend the CEO membership. It's great.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our How to Make Money Daily Masterclass. It's my absolute honor to come to you this evening and very much in the Easter holidays. So we're in the Easter holidays in the UK. So if you are watching this, we've got a lot of people that are going to be watching this on replay. So if you're live, welcome with me. I know we've got YouTube running, we've got Instagram running, we've got Zoom running. So if you're on Zoom, Michelle, Matt, Kirsty, Katie, put your videos on. I love to see smiley faces. If you're on all our live channels tuning in, please just give me a wave, give me a thumbs up, and let me know that you can hear me okay. And we are ready to learn. So a little bit of background story. If some of you've got lots of brand new people at the minute that have just joined us in the last couple of days within our community. So I just wanted to share a little bit of background story with you before we really dive deep today into the training on how to make money daily. And I just want to share this with you because it's really, really important that you know exactly who you're learning from the wealth of experience that I have, the knowledge, the experience, and the day-to-day experience of being in this industry. So without further ado, a few minutes before we dive into the training. So I am your host this evening and founder of Gold Medal Business. My name is Katie Cannon, and I'm a former 5-time British gymnastics champion turned 7-figure entrepreneur in the children's activity space. So I was British champion, and I've done worlds, I've done Europeans, and I share that with you because I'm a massive advocate of going from athletes to business and teaching you, whether you were an athlete or you weren't, it's teaching the skills of persistence, tenacity, really teaching you the level of growth that you need as a CEO, wherever you are in your business, whether you just started in business or whether you are a seasoned entrepreneur. You need the skills of, being tenacious, being persistent, learning how to fail, get up and do it 100 billion times again until you get it right. Learning the ebbs and the flows of entrepreneurship is exactly like being an athlete. So I always share that piece with you because it is a massive part of where I am today, from really maximizing those skills into business. I've been in the children's activity space for over 20 years, starting with we've had a school franchise. We had over 100 schools at one point in the London area. You name it, I've done it. I've had village halls. I've had leisure centres. I've had my own premises. I have closed my own premises. I've had amazing staff. I've had crappy staff. I've had amazing successes, and I've had some true failures, all of which make me a true advocate. And, we always say at Gold Medal Business, is one of our big niches in the industry, is that I've not only got 20 years of experience and we teach very authentically, but we're also in the business as well. I still run my children's activity businesses. I still have a large team of staff. We have thousands of students that come to us on a weekly basis. So our students in Gold Medal Business are not only learning from my wealth of experience over the last 20 years, but also what's working now. In fact, we literally implemented a strategy last week into all of our clients. That was literally, we had a meeting on the Monday with my team and went, this isn't working, tweak this. On the Tuesday, our whole of our community tuned in, listened to it. So that is the power of knowing that you are part of the right community at the right time. And as I said, I'm a true advocate of, I've been there, done it, I've got the t-shirt. And I totally understand the ebbs, the flows, the ups, the downs, and everything in between that you're going through, because I have been through it myself. I'm also a mum of 3, to Amelie, who's nearly 10, Ashton, who's nearly 6 on Tuesday, and baby Josh, who is 19 months. And I was laughing my head off because literally I can see it now. My other half he works uptown, so he's not home yet. He's often late on Thursday, drinks after work on Thursday. But the baby monitor is right next to me. And look at this. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see his legs kicking through? I'm going to just show on my other screens. Can you see? But his legs were stuck through the cot as I was doing the introduction before we went live. And I was like, in a minute, I'm going to have to go and save him. But then he did a twist and then he got out of it. He's a true gymnast. But so, yeah. So I teach also from a business owner and also a mum of 3, learning. And over the last 20 years, I've learned how to build businesses. I'm CEO of 3 businesses. I'm in the businesses very much on a day-to-day like I say, a couple of hours a week, and I have a fantastic team. So I teach you how to be the CEO of your business and actually to get out of your business and have a well-oiled machine. That doesn't come overnight. It took me years to do that. But I share that with you because I'm a very present parent, but I'm also a very present business owner. And I want to teach you that you can have both. You don't have to be like, I've got a family, so I can't grow the business of my dreams. Or I am literally don't seeing my family because I'm working in my business 100 hours a week. Absolutely do not want that, because they grow up like that. So whether you're a parent, whether whether you're caring, your grandparent, whatever your situation, I teach you from all different ends of the spectrum, giving you the skills that whatever walks of life and whatever season of life you're in, we give you the skills to be able to grow the business that is your vision that you want to achieve. So without further ado, let's get cracking on how to make money daily in your business. Now, if you've been following me for a while, some of this will resonate. Some of this will be like, yep, I've heard her talk about that on a podcast or a live, or maybe you've been part of our trainings and you've attended some of my masterclasses and launches before. Often, very much when you are watching us when you're watching me train, I will repeat things. And there's a reason for that, is because you need to have it repeated, because you are a different entrepreneur and you are always growing. What resonates with you today might not resonate 3 months ago. That's why our pure transformation in all of our mentorships is you start as a different entrepreneur. 12 months later, a lot of the people that you saw sharing their stories before we went live is, they started 12 months ago. They're a very different entrepreneur 12 months later because of the pure transformation they've had through our mentorships. And whether you've watched lots of our different trainings, this will land with you differently depending which days you're watching it and what season of your journey you are in. Whether you watched it 6 months ago, you might think, that I wasn't quite ready for that. And when I might say it tonight, and you're like, yeah, I'm ready for that now. Okay. So as I said, it's repeated some of it for a reason, so that it lands and that is implemented correctly. And just because you've implemented, and I say this all the time to our team, just because you think you got something nailed doesn't mean you then need to practice it. And then you need to practice it again. Remember, I always remember my coach saying this to me. I remember him saying, it takes 3,000 times to change a skill. Okay. So it can take 300 times to learn a skill. But if you've then got to change it, it's even more. And the same what they say with flying hours. To learn to fly a plane, I think it's 10,000 hours. It's the same in business. It takes 10,000 hours to really learn and grow and build a strong business, if not a lot more. I'm not sure if that particular statement is for an actual true skill in business or to really build the foundation strong. They weren't actually very specific when I've heard that before. I've heard it many, many times, but you can relate to it. You can take what you will and relate it. I think it's very much towards learning a very strong skill in your business, but every business is different and every entrepreneur is different because, as I said, your skills, some of you may be brand new business owners that are on live with us this evening. Some of you may be in business for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You're all coming with different experience. So the reason why I named our masterclass today of how to make money daily in your business. This is so, so important because I hear the number one reason, if I'm very honest, when people come to us in our community and say, I'm ready to grow. I want to learn. I want to improve my business. I want to improve my CEO skills, my marketing skills. I need help with growing my team. I need help with scaling. I need help to franchise my business. Whatever it is, everybody has different reasons. I never want the reason why you ever can't move forwards with us in business is because you can't afford it. Because the number one reason, it's normally two things. It's normally I can't afford it or I don't have the time. Now, if those two reasons, you never, ever want to use those two reasons why you can't do nothing in your business, whether it's investing in mentorship, whether it's investing in team, whether it's growing your business and investing in new equipment. You never, ever want those two to be the reason you don't move forwards because you're an entrepreneur and your number one goal as an entrepreneur is to be solution driven. If you don't have the money, your responsibility is to generate the skills to make more money. Otherwise, you will be in the same place. I had a chat with someone on the phone today who I spoke to 18 months ago. they're in the same place that they were 18 months ago. They've now just got started because I said, you're in the same place. Nothing's going to change unless you change, unless you do something different. So that's one of the reasons why this year as a whole, we're driving into our community on giving you the skills on how to make money daily, because I don't want anyone to have that excuse. I want you to be coming to me and say, I know how to make money daily. Katie, now teach me the rest, because you will then have skills for life, whether you're building a children's activity business and then you've got it so strong that you're like, I'm going to go and build another income stream. I've got another business idea. Wicked. That's exactly where I want you to be, because you've mastered one. You've got it running completely without you. It's profitable. It's like a well-oiled machine. Now you're putting those skills into the next thing. Okay. So 3 things. I want you to get pen and paper. I want you to be present with me more than anything this evening. So whether you're on live streams, whether you're on Zoom, I want you to be present. I don't want you to be scribbling. There's 3 things. I've made it really, really simple for a reason, because I want you to implement hard. I don't want you just to be like, that was a lovely another training Katie did today, and I might implement it in the next couple of weeks. No, I want you to implement it by tomorrow, one of these things. And these are 3 things that I'm going to teach you that are going to take time to build and time to perfect. But the most important thing is that you actually get moving, okay? You actually get moving them and not just put it to the side. I want you to get results. So number 1, you need to be building a Dream 1000 list. Now you can call this, it sounds like a plane, doesn't it? The Dream 1000 is coming to the stage, coming to the market to sell. Your Dream 1000, you can call it what you wish, but your Dream 1000 is very much giving you the sales process and the leads that you are going to build throughout your business. Now, the reason why I want you to call it Dream 1000, call it your ideal 1,000 list, your best 1,000 students, whatever you want to call it. But the whole purpose of this is I want you to start thinking in terms of sales is good. Sales is the lifeline of your business. Sales has to operate every single day of your business. You need to make sales every single day. Now, when you have a Dream 1000 list, now I really recommend you have this in a CRM. You can start having this in a spreadsheet to start with. But your Dream 1000 list is ideal clients that are in your pipeline. So like your Dream 1000 is your pipeline, okay? Is in your pipeline that you are going to nurture and you're going to build that trust with over time. Now, you will have, this is not, guys, just your database that you've like, do you know what? I've got a wicked database. I've got about 5,000 people on it, and you've got no Scooby-Doo, whether they're qualified leads or they're not, or even if they live in the area still, or they're children of the relevant age. And this Dream 1000, guys, will take time. I always say anything in business is a 90-day process. So that 90 days, it will take you a good 90 days. It took us 5 months in my businesses when I said we're going to operate this a couple of years back. We implemented all of this into our companies, and it took a good 5 months for this to be really well oiled. Now, you may find that you have a Dream 100 to start with, or a Dream 20. That's absolutely fine. You've got to start somewhere. But these, as I said, qualified leads. This isn't just dumping a database in there. So you're going to set up your Dream 1000 in very much kind of like new leads that have come in. And you're going to then put them into maybe call 1, call 2. How many calls have they had? Then have they joined? Have they booked a trial? Have they then enrolled and become a member? Then what's your next section after they've become a member? Nurture that customer. The sale doesn't just stop. So many people do this. I don't want you to you've got to be working your database. You've got to be working your leads internally, externally. When you're working internal and external marketing, you will find you will never struggle with numbers. When you're focusing on top end, get clients in, get clients in, get clients in, and the bottom end is being forgotten about, you will find you've got a constant churn. When you build the Dream 1000 consistently, and you're building it over time and you're working it daily, you will find that you will start to build very solid numbers. Won't happen overnight. So please don't come to me next week and say, it's not working. It needs to be consistently implemented again and again and again as you're taking people through that process. What also happens in the Dream 1000 is once they become enrolled, you'll nurture that customer. You're also putting all your other activities and your upsells that you are offering. So throughout that process, once they've become a member, do you do camps? Do you do parties? Do you do events? What other income streams? So all your income streams need to be along that process. Then your goal, whether it's you doing this at the beginning or whatever stage of business you're at, or whether it's your salesperson, your sales and admin manager, this is their number one thing that they're doing every single day. So their number one goal is to take that lead from cold through to nurturing, through to booking a trial, through to enrolling, then into upsell. Now, as part of your Dream 1000, you would have different segments that may say like, not quite ready for a trial yet, or not quite the right age yet, or not logistics aren't working, but they want to get back to you. So we have a little visitor. Yes, Sashi? You can tell it's Easter holidays. This is Ashton. Do you want to wave?
Where are they?
No, everyone's on live. He's a funny face. He doesn't, yeah. No, you're not having a snack now is the answer. Okay,
No.
he's just had dinner. Go and shut the door because Mummy's working. You know, as soon as you go live, don't you? Absolutely. Shut the door, Ashley, please. As soon as you go live, if I had £1 for every time, do you know what? If we were building a Dream 1000 on snacks, I would be able to build a Dream 1000 in about 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, the amount of snacks. But yeah, you couldn't see everyone. That's just like, where's everyone? Oh, he comes in and he waves. He'll probably come back in about 10 minutes. So I do apologize, but it's all good. Build your business from home. And as my mentor once said to me, she said, Katie, building your business from home is the best education your children can ever have. And my goodness, it's so, so true. Watching that, you know, showing your work ethic, showing them ways of working, creative ways of working, so, so valuable. Anyway, Dream 1000. So your then goal is them to move them across each different part of your database. So on a given time, your Dream 1000 is always rotating. It's always rotating. So, you know, if you get to a point like, I've got no one to call today. If you're building your Dream 1000, you're never going to have that problem because you may be like, do you know what? I've got brand new leads that have just come in or through other avenues of your advertising. I'm going to start with them. Or there may be some days that like, do you know what? We've got summer camps coming up. I'm going to go work on upsells. Or I'm going to do some customer retention and work on our current customers that are coming in, that are already attending. Or I'm going to go through to the list that didn't book 6 months ago, not quite ready, and go through them. So you can very quickly see when you're doing this consistently, and if you're doing this daily, 12 months from now, you will have a very, very different business. Now, one of the key things to bear in mind, so one is your Dream 1000. As I said, you may start with a very small list, and that is okay because you're building that. You're building this out. This is not a list of just all of your database, because I guarantee if you haven't nurtured a lot of your database, you're going to have a lot of people moved house, no longer relevant, no longer live in the area at all. Logistics aren't going to work. Children are not even that age anymore. So you want to make sure it's your Dream 1000 list that you're going to build slowly over time. When we started this, I think we had a Dream 200 list, and we've built on it every single day. So that's number one, your Dream 1000 list, what it actually is and how it can support you with making money daily. Okay. So number two, how are you going to implement this on a day-to-day basis? Now, we call this our power hour, and we do power hours and lots of co-working within our organization. And we do a lot of co-working within our mentorships at Gold Medal, because the more implementation you do on this, the faster your team will learn this, and the faster you will learn this, and then the faster is you're making money daily. I want you to get into the expectation in your head of I am making money daily in my business. And if you have a day when you look into your Stripe account, you look into Go Cardless, PayPal, whatever you're using, and you're like, we've not made money today, that should be a red flag. So when I look at all our KPIs across our companies, every single day, my team are tracking what has been made on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes it's a leotard sold in my gym business, or it might be, two trials and a leotard, or sold a membership and a holiday camp. Some days it may be enrolled 10 new members. But you see, there's money coming in, no matter how small or how big, because when you're tracking the £5 that come in, or your couple of £100 that are coming in, it makes a massive difference. What I don't want, and this is what through the last of being in business for 20 years, but working with clients and in the children's activity space over the last 2 years, is we can often create feast or famine. It's literally like we have the highs and we have the lows. It often comes from when you're creating, especially if you don't do monthly membership and you're doing termly, but that can happen when you've got your ups and your downs. If you only can be termly and maybe your model doesn't allow you to go monthly, we need to find different ways to ensure we keep that, but we're creating money every single day of the business. Otherwise, you have a lot coming in and then it goes dull. Yeah, your business has to be making money every single day of the year. Of course, there'll be the odd day here and there that it doesn't, but when you've got that in your mind of that's normal. When we first started this, that wasn't normal. And my team were like, it was zero a lot. In the KPIs, it was like 0, 0, 0. And then eventually they're now expecting it. I kept the expectations up. Like, come on, team, I don't want to see zeros anymore. I need to see a 1. I need to see a 1 in one of those boxes. And gradually there was a 1. And then there maybe was a 2. And it grew slowly. But when you keep banging the same drum and keeping consistent with your team, they will start to jump on the bandwagon too. So number 1 is, what is your Dream 1000 that we've covered so far? Number 2 is, what is your power hour and how to operate this in with your Dream 1000 with your team. So every single day, either you, if it's still you in the business, or your sales and admin manager, whether they're full-time, whether they're part-time, the first thing they're doing every day is they're doing their power hour. They're going through how, and they're asking themselves this question: how are we making money today? In today's economy, every single person in your company, not even in today's economy, this should always be the case, but especially now more than ever, your team are your profit centers. Each one of your team needs to be making money for your company. It's very easy sometimes if you've got, it's quite easy to track this with sales and admin. Sometimes not so obvious when it's market, like, when it's instructors, but you can easily do that in terms of how many people in their classes. But if you've got someone on sales and admin that isn't selling, or they may not be enrolling enough trials, are they making your company enough money to keep them on? If they are, if they're absolutely think, do you know what, they are worth their weight in gold, they are running that department with their eyes closed and they're making sales, trials, enrollments, upsells, camps every single day, awesome. But if you've got someone that think they're just not picking up the phone, they're not making enough sales, are they the right profit center for you? And it's not nice to call people profit centers, but it's saying it in the way of, in your mind of, every person that I'm paying has to bring that ROI back for me. Every person I'm paying, I have to have that mindset of, how are they making money today in the business? And over time, as you're building out this power hour, they will start to think like that. And I need you to start thinking, if you're thinking like that, and consistently, won't happen straight away, but at every single time, every single day, my team are filling out KPIs. So in their head, they're like, making money daily, because got to fill out those KPIs. If I'm putting 0, she's not going to be happy. If I'm putting 0, she's not going to be happy. And gradually, over time, as I said, didn't start like that, but gradually, every time I kept saying it, and we were talking about it in our weekly meeting, our quarterlies, our monthly meetings, eventually they get the hang of it, because they're like, this isn't going away, is it? We keep talking about this. So it's always like we've had a wicked week, guys. Really great. Everyone has made money daily. The KPIs are looking really healthy. On a monthly basis, we're reviewing it. On a quarterly basis, we're reviewing it. We're keeping talking about it. And that's the best way to get all your team into it. So that's coming on to our third point. So number one, we've done your Dream 1000. What is it in your business? And how can you start building this into your business? Number two is what your power hour is and how does this operate on a day-to-day basis. So your person who's in charge of this is going through the Dream 1000 and literally going to each part and thinking, how can I make money daily in whether it's upsells, whether it's booking trials, whether it's enrollments. And I just wanted to say something, guys, before we move on to the next piece of so often we, as I said right at the beginning, we get so bogged down in the front end. And this is why you will see in gold medal business as a whole, whenever I'm thinking, what do my clients need? What do my clients need to hear? You will never see me marketing a masterclass on bring in 20 students or bring in 5 or whatever it is. Yeah, that's important, but it's not the be all and end all. There are many different ways in your business to generate new students and to build strong foundations. I can teach you till the cows come home on how to bring in 20 new students. But if that's all you know how to do and that's all you're really focused on in your marketing, it's not going to make a difference anyhow, because what's going to happen? You've got so focused on bringing 20 new students, the rest is crumbling beneath you. You've got holes everywhere in your business. What happens then? You're back with me 2 months later going, I need 20 more students, because what's happened? You don't know how to keep the retention's gone. You don't know how to, the attrition is everywhere in your business. You've got people leaving left, right, and center because you've got people coming in, but we've rejected a lot of this. Yeah. Often when I look into people's businesses, I'm like, you don't actually need more students. We need to get better at all the internal stuff that you were not doing correctly. Then put money on the front end when we've got that in. But if all of that isn't solid, it's a leaky bucket. You're just spending money and it's a woo, out it goes. Okay. So I want to share that with you because so often people say, I just need more students, Katie. And I'm like, that's not the answer. I know that is not the answer. I can teach you that, but you're going to come back to me wanting more later on because you've then got other issues. You fixed one, but you don't know. You've looked at it just from a one direction rather than growing your business from a multi-dimensional standpoint. That's one of the things we teach you in Gold Medal through all of our mentorships is how to build strong core foundations. Exactly like going back to my athlete roots here. Like when I was small, I remember doing like handstand, and then you do loads of conditioning, loads of strength work. And then it's like, boom, handstand, boom, handstand. And there's a reason they're teaching like that. It's because the core foundations have to be so flipping strong for you to then build on that. And then I remember getting to like 6 or 7, and I had such good foundations that very quickly, the handstand goes into a walkover. The handstand goes into a handspring. The handstand goes into the bar, on the bar when they swing round in a straight body, that's called giants, right? That very quickly goes from handstand round the bar because it's so strong. Your core is so strong. And in gymnastics, the handstand is the core skill. Everything goes through a handstand, all the core skills. Okay, I'm teaching you about gymnastics here. Okay, everything goes through a core skill. On the vault, it goes through a handstand at some point. 95% of skills go through that. Okay, now I'm sharing that as an example because your business is the same. When you've got the foundations rock solid, we can then build on the rest. But if it's all rocky, it's literally like building a house with no cement. It's just going to crumble. And that's when, and I really wish I'd learned all of this myself in the early days of business, because I wouldn't have made the mistakes I do, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. And that's why I'm here to tell the tale and to teach you so you don't make the same mistakes. But it's like I was building a business before with none of these foundations before. I was building a business that had had good student numbers, to be honest, but I didn't know how to do anything else. I had team leaving left, right, and center. The finances weren't right. I was trying to scale it without the knowledge. I was trying to grow a business with my personal development down here and my business growth up here, where it needed to be the other way. Your personal development needs to be high up, which is why you guys are all listening to this tonight. The quicker you can grow, the quicker your business will catch up. Okay. So using that analogy of why you need strong foundations and the core roots of your business so strong. And it's not just about, I'm going to make money daily, but I'm just going to improve my student numbers. Just get them in. Because if you, I said, that's exactly what we did. We had good numbers coming in, but the business management, the scaling, the systems, the processes, nothing was on the back end. We had a little bit going on, or I thought I had a referral system, and I thought I had retention all well and truly, and my team training. I thought I was quite good at that. Fast forward 15 years, I didn't have a Scooby-Doo, okay? Because that level where I was at couldn't grow to where the business was growing. So number 1 is building your dream 1000. Number 2 is your power hour. Number 3 is then teaching that into your team. So I've alluded to a few ideas for you so far on how to teach this into your team. You are talking about this on a weekly basis. You're setting them up. You're giving them the process of your Dream 1000, whether it's in a spreadsheet, whether it's in your CRM. You're guiding them. Please be patient. This is a new system for them, and it's a new system for you. You may be doing something very similar, but I want you to take it to the next level. This is the pinnacle of your business. Your sales is here. And when people say to me, I've got no leads, I'm struggling with numbers, I often say, I'll talk them through this process, and they're like, I don't have none of that in place. And within 6 months, they've then got students really flowing and retention insanely strong and everything full out in their business because they're doing this process consistently. So please, when you're building this into your team, be consistent, be patient, go through it step by step. Remember, you have to, as I said, beat the drum again and again. I actually said to one of my managers the other day, I said, you know what? Sometimes I feel as a CEO that I just say the same things again and again. I feel like in our team meetings, I'm the one there. I do a lot of, I'm doing obviously the vision casting. I'm talking about where we're going, the goals, the celebrations. But I sometimes feel like I'm talking about the same thing again and again. And then I thought to myself, I was like, that's okay, Katie. That's the whole point. You need to be talking about the same thing and going through the vision and where we're going and what's going well and what's not going well. Because especially the vision and where you're going, they're the same things. They can be the next same things for the next 3 to 5 years, because that's our trajectory. So they need to hear the same thing again and again, because they need to see that we're a consistent company. The worst thing that you can do as a CEO is be like, and I've totally done this, so if this is you at the minute, do not worry, I was there, of, guys, I've got an idea. Everybody, I've got an idea. Let's do this. Before you know it, off we go. We're doing that idea. Next thing, got a great idea. And then we're doing it. And the team like, right, where is she next? Where are we next? And what does that create? Ooh, a team that goes up and down. No one's consistent. Nothing's being followed through and nothing's being achieved because they don't know where you are. So you've got to be banging the same drum again and again and again until you know that they well and truly got it. And it majority of the time takes around 90 days. So we got 3 points that we've gone through so far in really, putting the wheels in motion on how to make money daily and starting to really put that into your mindset. That's the most important thing that I want you to overcome from today and to take from today is that number one thing, number one point that you can really take and that you can really be like, I need to be making money daily. Yes, you're going to have some bad days, of course, but in general, I need to be making money daily. Now, I want you to take that thought into the next steps as we hold your hand and we nurture you to the next steps. We are teaching this within our bronze mentorship on a month-to-month, week-to-week basis to all of our clients that are part of our bronze mentorship. Now, I want to just take this opportunity to share with you a little bit about what our bronze mentorship is all about and how it can support you. So if you are serious about your business, you're wanting consistent support month in, month out, our bronze mentorship was designed to give you the skills and the core systems with accountability that can support you, whether it's financial systems, whether it's team systems, whether it's marketing systems, and everything in between, to give you that support on a month-to-month basis to ensure you've got those foundations that I was sharing with you, so that when you've really got those foundations strong, you're ready to move up into the next steps with us, where that's when our one-to-one coaching kicks in. Our bronze mentorship is only £79 a month. I know, £79 a month, cheap as chips, super, 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 super high value. It's literally the equivalent of having a takeaway per month. And the best way to think about when you think of any expense in your business is think, how many students do I need to cover that cost? Whether you're building with mentorship team, anything. And we've built it such high value, but such low cost that you can, depending on how much your student costs are, but if you can cover that cost with 2 new students, that's not 2 new students a month. That's just getting 2 new people through the door. And you've paid for that month in, month out, as long as you're not losing them. But with what you're teaching them, what we're teaching you, you won't. And we've done it so incredibly high value, but such low cost, because if I'm being very honest, we want it to be a no-brainer of a decision. Because if we can get you moving in the early days with us and learn and ask to hold your hand and to really get a taste of what mentorship can give you, whether you're brand new to business or whether you're super established, what our core systems will help you at every part of your journey. But if you can get your first foot in through the door and learn through what we can teach you and really start to get some great results, your then next steps with us will be even bigger. But as I said, we positioned our bronze mentorship for you because, just like I said at the beginning, I don't want anyone to be like, I can't afford to get any kind of support. I can't afford to make progress or to grow as an entrepreneur. So that's why our bronze mentorship was born about 6 months ago, because I wanted everybody to have the opportunity to get started with mentorship with us. And then we can grow and nurture you from there. So you can have the skills to make money daily and ensure your business is in a completely different place in 6 months' time. So if you want further details on our bronze mentorship, it will be emailed across to you. So please watch your email. If you need further support, I just want you to reach out to to Dioli for further support, which is Glia in our support team. So it's support@goldmedalcoaching.info. I'm also going to just drop the link, 2 seconds, and I'm going to grab it. We'll also pop it on to our socials as well. Let me just pull it up. Give me 2 seconds. I haven't got my wonderful Glia with me today. I do miss her when she's not here to support me. Okay, so I'm just popping the link here below. So if you have any further questions at all, reach out to our team so we can massively support you and ensure, as I said, the biggest thing, guys, look at where we're at. We're in Q2 of this year. What you do now will impact your business from September. Remember that 90-day mark. Yeah, that 90-day mark. What you're doing now has to be built. If you want to see the results in September, we start now. If you start in September, you see the results in January. And that's 2026. Boom, 2025 gone, just like that. So don't procrastinate. Get questions answered. It's a no-brainer of a decision if you're serious about your business. If you're not, lots to think about. But if you're very serious, it's a no-brainer. Jump in, get the support you need to move forwards this year and be part of an incredible community, all children's activity entrepreneurs, football, cricket, basketball, art, science, gymnastics, dance. We have all the activities that we teach on a regular basis in 4 different countries. Imagine what you can learn from being part of an incubator of people who know your language and understand your ups and downs, and you're taking out the guesswork. What mentorship gives you is speed. Success, love, speed. Don't waste time, because you're wasting time. You're wasting time and you're wasting money the longer you leave it. So thank you so much for joining me this evening, guys. The replay will be up in case you missed it. We'll be sending out the replay to anybody that's missed it that has registered for tonight's masterclass. It's been an honor training you this evening on how to make money daily, one of my favorite topics of all time in your children's activity business. And we look forward to supporting you further in our bonds mentorship.